Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear. I see a thumbs up already from Mattia, so nice to see. Good morning, bro. I hope you guys are all doing great. I've skipped one morning session. I totally forgot to bring my laptop with me when I was going to Lokeren. So excuse me for that, but we're back, right? So no problem with that. Let's see what the market has to offer today. I hope you guys already had some opportunities found and reacted on some good opportunities. We did had a nasty week of news and really strong movements, but I already warned you guys for that. All right, I think Tuesday or even last week I was talking about that we have FOMC statements, the ADP that came out yesterday. So yeah, that's why you have seen the market going a little crazy. Today is pretty good. We have a very calm day. We only have like the unemployment claims at 2:30 this midday and also the Canadian. So between 2 and 3, you can expect some movements, but overall, it will be a pretty calm day. What I want to warn you for is, of course, tomorrow. Tomorrow, we do have a very big one, the NFP. You should know this already. Every single Friday, the first Friday of the month, is always a very big news event. And that's, of course, the non-farm employment change. Okay. So just be careful. In my opinion, if you don't just, or if you're not comfortable with days like this, that you don't like that the market is moving this hard and reacting this hard on news, just stay away from it. All right. Use that day as education, make your price traps and see how the market reacts on that news and how the price traps react on that news. Because sometimes you will see that the news is just an excuse to get price where they want to see it. So most of the time or a lot of times you will see that the news will push in the direction of a certain supply or demand zone, a certain support or resistance zone, and that kind of stuff. Okay, but that's why I say, like, if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't like these kind of things, just make your traps and use it as education. See how the market reacts, see how the market will go to your zones or not. All right, so good. Let's see what the market has to offer. I haven't opened the charts yet, so if you have any price traps, if you already went through the charts, if you already made your price traps, just let me know in the chat box if you're looking at a certain pair, if you're interested in a certain pair, and then I will check that pair also. All right. Let me first fix something here before I go further. There we go. Just a moment, guys and girls, of course. I see already a link coming in, but all right, good. There is already one link. Let me check. What did you do? Euro Canadian, that's looking pretty good. Very easy structure, beautiful high, beautiful low. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're searching for. So that was Euro Canadian. Yes, I do like this one. All right, very clean. The high and the low is very clean in place. So very clean price trap, what we see over here. Also, if you look in the past, it's beautiful to see the market react on these zones. This is also something you can use to find yourself some extra confirmation or extra confidence in your zones for your price trap. And what's also possible is using an indicator. There are a few indicators that you can use to find yourself these point of structures, these highs and these lows, if you're struggling with it. But I have a few tips for that. But let me first make sure I have my Euro Canadian ready. So if you found your zones like this, the very first one is, of course, just zooming out and taking a look, like, how did the market respond to these zones in the past? All right, that's the very first one. That's the basic one, how you can check your zones. So like you can see, if you zoom out, I think it's pretty clear, okay, that the market is reacting pretty strong on these zones and that these zones already had some meaning in these markets. Okay, the next step is, if you see right now, it's pretty messy. All right, so if you're looking and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't see it, that this is an important zone, because there is too much noise, there is too much massive movements, and I don't see it exactly, then you can simply just move up to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, you will see that a lot of noise will be canceled and that you will have a more clear view of the highs and lows in the market. Like you can see, this 4-hour time frame is way cleaner and way more obvious that the market has been reacting on these zones in the past. Okay, so that's number two. Number three is, I didn't show this, or I haven't showed this a lot of times, but you can also just simply change your chart to a line chart. Sometimes it will also cancel a lot of noise in your charts, and then you will also have a very clean view of the zones and the market reacting on these zones, right? Do you see this? This is pretty clean. You can obviously see these highs and lows and very clear. So this is also a way to check your zones if you're struggling with that. Next to that, I have one more way to find your extra confirmation, and that's pretty simple, using the daily high-low indicator. Okay, so right over here, if you just search this CMHLOC weekly intraday indicator, I'm only using show today's open, high, low, close, and then only the daily high and the daily low. You can use the colors yourself, of course. I personally always go for like a blue-black system because everything is like that in my charts. And that's why I love to do it that way. Okay, so right now, if you use that indicator, it's basically just showing you the daily highs and the daily lows in the market. Okay, so if you then zoom out, the more daily highs and lows you get into the charts, or you get into your zones, the better it is for your zones, the more confirmations you get for your zones. Okay, so these are the different ways how you can check your zones, and if these zones are strong enough to use for your price trap. Okay, so I hope that was clear. Let me know in the chat. Just drop a 1-1 or just clear, or give me a thumbs up if this makes sense. All right, amazing. Good. Also, if people are here, 1-1-1, all right, love it. Also, if you're here and you haven't been a lot of my sessions, it's also very important to just make use of these alerts. These alerts are going to make your trading more passive. Okay, and what's the beauty about using these alerts is, especially if you're using it on your horizontal line, is that you really can just make an alert on your very first confirmation. And the very first confirmation is, of course, the 1-hour candle closure. Very important, 1-hour candle closure above or below our resistance or support zone. Okay, so that's why I'm using a once per bar close. So if you see at alert, once per bar close, crossing down, because right now I'm looking for the support zone, and then I do a little text, break support, and in that way I will only get my alert if the market gives me that 1-hour candle close above or below my zones. Okay, very important one. Makes your trading a little bit more passive. Good. Next one. What do we see here? GCAP. Yes, very clean. I do like that. Let me check. Yes, sir. I do really like this one. Very clean structure, very easy. What I also do is, like, I get this question a lot. Like, how do you know how thick your zones are? I always make sure, or I always make use of a little rule for myself, and I call it the wick to body rule. It's not always from wick to body, but sometimes I'm also drawing it from wick to wick, or yeah, I'm just going into the past. But to be honest, the thickness of the zone isn't really that important. Why do I use zones? It's just to give me a visual representation of these highs and lows, and a very clean and clear visual. If you just use that line, in my opinion, it can be confusing, especially if you're adding extra stuff to your charts. Okay, so the thickness doesn't really matter. Like you can see, I just used this low, and then I was looking at this candle closure over here. I used this little wick, then I was looking at this candle closure over here. So yeah, the thickness isn't that important. It's just important that you have like a clean visual of your support and resistance zone, especially if you're adding things to your chart. If you start reacting on the charts, you will add some FIP levels and that kind of stuff. So if you just have that horizontal line, it can be confusing sometimes. Okay, crossing up, there we go. Break resistance zone. Oh, there we go. Second one for today. Next, ADNZD. Let me check how you trapped it. Oh, I do have still the trap on it. So Yes, sir. Very easy and clean structure. Of course, we already had like a breakout retest from this resistance zone here. Like you can see, 1 hour candle close above, market comes back to retest this and then starts climbing up again. Of course, because of the market creating this new high, we can use that as a new support zone, resistance zone, excuse me, and to see a new breakout retest. Okay, so now we are back for that retest, and we can use blue flag on this, so we know that we need to keep an eye out for this one. Okay, so it's a very high chance that the market will get back to the demand zone, so get a little lower here, and then create the price action to start running to the upside again. All right, good. So that's AUD and ZD. Let me check if we have some more. This is GCAT. Yeah, we already have GCAT. Any more price traps? Anyone? I'm gonna go through all the pairs through the list. And you? All right, let me check. But not sure. Yeah, looking for that breakout retest, right? Or did you trap it? Let me check. Oh, you're trapping it. That's something I don't like. All right, I don't. For me, it's not an obvious point of structure. I don't really see the high is obvious, right? We see we are really reacting here on this broken support zone. So this is pretty good. But as a support, as a structure, yeah, as a support, as a structure, I would definitely look at this low. All right, to really confirm that downsiding movement. I personally really want to see the market breaking the last low it created right over here. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. We already had this one also on the previous session. Like you can see, we had that beautiful uptrending movement, but the market didn't respect that. All right, so if you were looking into NZD USD to go to the upside, I 100% understand you, because we had that uptrending movement here. But yeah, sometimes after such a wave, it's sometimes that the market just decides to start moving in the other direction. All right, and if we then take a look, it's basically just the higher time frame direction. All right, it's just a 4-hour reaction here with the breakout retest to the downside. Okay, so yeah, let me move on to the next one. NJ, I'm personally not going to use NZD USD. I don't like it. NJ, I'm also going to stay out of that. Very nasty chart, very strong movement to the downside. I'm not sure what that cost, because we didn't have any news, right? Oh yeah, we did, but not that big of. Or here we go. That's it, I think. Not sure, not sure. Or maybe it was the GPY again. That's going crazy the last week. But good. Let me check what we have more for today. Yeah, it is GPY. Euro pound, I do like this resistance zone here. Very strong zone. If you zoom out, it's beautiful to see the market, how it reacts so many times on that certain zone. Also, I would love to use this zone as support. So if we want to continue to the downside, I really want to see this zone getting broken, and look how strong that zone is. All right, so yeah, let me keep this one. I do like it. I trapped it yesterday like that. Is this wrong? Euro pound. First, finish this. There we go. Of course, that isn't wrong. That is definitely not wrong. That's beautiful. That's amazing. Of course, I'm not looking at it anymore, because market is already taking off. That's the reason why I'm using this new resistance zone. But this breakout retest, it's pretty obvious. All right, market broke structure, came back, and now we're running higher. Okay, so good job. Enjoy the ride. Break resistance. Of course, we've got to pay attention. This is a very strong zone also. when we were looking at it. Break supports. There we go. So that's for euro pound. Let's move on. This was a good one, but it's already taking off. Like this small breakout retest here. Gotta stay away from stay away from that one. GU, same thing. I had this on Tuesday. Anything to say? Let me check. So GCAT, I really like that chart. Nasty. I don't like it. Silver, I just don't like silver also. And gold, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from it. I'm just gonna use the 4 price traps we have for right now. GU, anything to say about GU? No, absolutely not. I gave this one on Tuesday, or yeah, of course I have to say something about it. But I gave this one Tuesday. And we were, if I'm not mistaken, this was the breakout we were looking at. Is this Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday? Yes, exactly. So this was the breakout retest we were looking at. We had 2 different moments that I really liked in the charts, or yeah, to be honest, it was this one here and this right over here. All right. So the first demand zone over here was a pretty strong and pretty good reaction of the market. You see that market went pretty high. I had a risk-free one on this one, so a break-even idea, because market went for 25 pips in profit. And then I would rather say this one over here, because this is another demand zone and market reacted pretty strong on this one. But this moment here, you should know, and I warned you guys for it, between 2 and 4, we had a lot of news going on. So I'd rather stay away from these moments and let the market do a little crazy. And after news, we could find ourselves some opportunities. So what I'm seeing here, you reacted here on the first one, you reacted here on 25.30, and it went to, no, where was your reaction? I think it was 25.30, right? That's looking like it. How many pips stop loss did you get? 15 pips? Something like that. Let me check. I think you went for the lower time frames, 50-minute time frame reaction, probably something like that. Closest fib, 10 pip stop. Market went for 24 pips in profit. Should be a break even over there. So I'm not sure. Yeah, of course. I'm really looking for AD and ZD to go back lower into the price trap. Of course, right now we don't have any confirmations. All right, okay, the 30-minute is rejecting a little bit, the 1 hour is rejecting a little bit, but that doesn't tell me enough to really react on this one here. I would love to see AD and ZD getting a little lower here to then have our opportunity to react on it. Okay, I went with stop loss to the last low. Let me check. Been 17 pips. Stop loss, or that was it. You went for the low right over here. Yeah. What I personally always do, and that's, let me get back here. So you had your reaction here on the 50-minute time frame. It was a good reaction because we had a 50-minute engulfing, 30-minute time frame price action, and 1 hour time frame price action. So here was your reaction. What you did, it was good. You gave the market a little bit room. If we look to the wick, we have 6.5 pips. If we look to this little wick, we have 16 pips. So for me personally, I'm always focusing on the low the market has created right over here with the price action. All right. So if I see that I have a 6.5 pip stop until the wick, I would rather go for a 10 pip stop right over here. All right. Because if market breaks through that point, it's pretty sure that the market will keep on going to the downside. Okay. It's good to give the market enough room to breathe, but don't how do I say it? Overcompensate that. All right. Would you trade something like that? Let me check. I love it. A lot of questions. There we go. Don't be scared to ask any questions, guys. GN, yeah, nah, personally, no. I just, no, I don't like it, personally. If you would love to react on this, I'm not gonna hold you back, of course. I'm not here to give any financial advice or to tell you what you need to do. I'm just here to share my knowledge and my personal view of the charts. So no, I wouldn't do that personally. Okay. I wanted to say something. Yeah. Right now we only have like 4 price traps. That's of course not a problem because in my opinion, mostly of the times I'm only reacting on 2 price traps in a day or 3 maximum. But it happens also like 7 out of 10 days that I only have like one trade, right? And I really like that. Just one trade and take profit, stop loss, doesn't matter. One trade and see how it goes. That's also a way I like to have it. Now, if we take a look at the charts, we see that we don't have the best charts. We don't have the best price action. We don't have the cleanest structure this week. But that's definitely because of the news, because of the week we have right now. It's the first week of the month. It's always a heavy news week. So I'm really excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have NFP, and NFP will shake the market up. All right, it will shoot the market to a certain direction, create some new structure, and then you will see tomorrow, Monday, we will have some beautiful, clean new charts. All right, especially also, I think it's Tuesday. Oh no, oh no. Okay, I thought we had CPI on Tuesday, but it will be the week after that. Nope, also not. Yeah, there we go. Core CPI. So it's only okay. Next week we will have a clean week, in my opinion. So we will have NFP shaking up the markets, creating some new structure, and then we will have a very clean and new week, a new structure to work with. Okay, but good. Now we have 4 price traps. I'm gonna go over one more time. So we have GCAT, very clean and easy structure. Euro pound, which is now kind of breaking out. It's trying to break out. We also have Euro Canadian and then AUD NZD. All right. So AUD NZD right now is a retesting. I'm waiting for a deeper retest. And yeah, we shall see how it goes. I also got the question here: are you still using the 20 pip break even rule? For my personal reaction, how I'm reacting right now on the price traps, not really. All right, I'm more using a 50% rule. So 50% of my profit, if it's hit, I'm going risk free. All right. But that's because of the stop losses I'm using right now. It's a little bit different than in the past. Okay. Also, how do you improve your win rate? By backtesting the charts. All right. And also by just backtesting the charts, you will see and recognize certain things in the charts, when to stay out and when to really react. Okay. So having a backtesting session, I'm personally now, because I was changing up the entry strategy of price trap, I'm now still now backtesting 1 to 2 hours a day. All right, just to build that confidence and to also see these certain patterns, when to stay out of the charts. All right, because that's also a very important part. Okay. So yeah, just get yourself into the charts. Do it for 1 hour a day, or if you don't have a lot of time in the week, just say to yourself, I'm going to backtest 4 hours in the weekend. So just make sure you backtest your strategy until you're tired of it. All right. I personally also went in that way. Like I've been in the charts for hours and hours and hours and hours, and it will pay off. It will build up your confidence, and if it builds up your confidence, you will also like, how do I say it? Delete the fear out of your system. Okay. Of course, a lot of people have fear when it comes down to the charts, because, or the markets, because they are scared to lose money, and that's normal. All right. But to really tackle that fear and get that fear out of your system is to build up confidence. All right. And how do you build up confidence? By doing it. All right, by going into the charts, by taking these trades, by backtesting your charts, backtesting the strategy over and over and over and over again. And once you have that confidence, once you know your strategy 100%, you will see your win rate will automatically follow. All right. So good. We have a 1 hour candle closure. Euro pound has broken out. AUD NZD is back into the zone for the retest, but we already know that. So now we have a very small, but we have a breakout on euro pound. So keep an eye out on this one, how the market will develop during the day. Don't FOMO yourself into the charts. Make sure to always follow your risk management like it should be. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over and just give you a quick review on what happened with Bitcoin. It was a matter of time. I was talking about this zone for a long time, that we should or break to the upside or downside. Of course, that's obvious. But what we have seen right now is a breakout to the downside, which was I was expecting that a little bit. All right. I've been saying this for a long time also. Now we finally have the decision of Bitcoin. And guess what? Bitcoin choose violence. It choose to really go and shake up the market once again. And that's perfectly normal, because in my opinion, people were shouting for months already, halving, halving, halving is coming. And everybody thought the halving would shoot the market to the moon, to all-time highs. We should never see Bitcoin back at these prices and that kind of stuff. When I hear these things in the streets, let me say it like that, I always become very skeptical, because if the majority is looking to upside movements, the market is probably going to do the opposite. All right, it's going to shake the retails off, making sure to create some panic into the markets, and grab some liquidity to really fuel themselves, to get ready to really run to the upside. Okay, so now we have that breakout. I see the market going back to a 50k 52 to like, yeah, 53 52k area. But right now I personally see the market, yeah, doing it not in one straight line to the downside, because we do react right now on this little demand zone. Okay, so this demand zone could cause a little retracement in this downtrending movement. So there is a very high opportunity or possibility that the market will go back to this point over here. If we use the FIPS, you have different ways to look at it. You can look for the supply zone with the 72, 78 area, or you can just focus yourself on the 50, 61 area. Let's see how Bitcoin will react the moment we get back to these kind of zones. All right, but that's a little bit what I'm expecting right now. He confirmed the downtrend for me, so the short-term downtrend, of course. So there is a possibility that we will react here on this small demand zone, get ourselves back for a retracement into these areas, and then go lower to the 52, 51 area. All right. Also, if we look in the past, it always took, I'm not sure, I will have to check it once again, but I was checking it. And if we take a look at the halvings, the market never took off immediately. All right. If we take a look at the previous halving, right over here, I think it was somewhere in May, if I'm not mistaken. It took like, I think 2 months or something like that, or 3 months before the market started to take off again. So be patient, all right? And if you're panicking right now, just simply zoom out the chart. Okay, I've been saying this also a lot of times. It's still massively bullish. So if you're thinking like, oh damn, crypto is going to zero, first of all, you don't have any knowledge, you don't have any education, or the right knowledge or the right education. So make sure you find yourself some people, or some people to be around, to have that education, and the right information. But right now, this is not going to zero, of course. This is a massive, massive bull run. We are very, very bullish. We are now simply in a healthy retracement. Okay, so take that opportunity with your two hands to really, really, really get yourself good positioned into the markets, find yourself some good altcoins, and I would say enjoy the bull run. Okay, so good. I'm gonna leave it with that for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys had some value, and we see each other back next week, of course. For the people in my Telegram channel, for the people who are here in my trading community, of course, we see each other tomorrow back. So I would wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. Like I said, don't risk too much. Make sure to follow your plan. And we see each other back very soon again. So enjoy this day. See you soon again. Ciao, ciao.